Hi, I'm Mike Snell from Auto Trim Design. We'd like to take a few minutes here to satisfy some of the questions that customers have called us about in regards to the factory stripes of the 2010 Chevrolet Camaro. Usually, when the dealer gets the stripes, they'll get it in a panel like this. And the hardest stripes to install are the hood stripes. While GM provides an instruction sheet like this, it goes over the basic procedures on how to install the stripes. But there's a few tips that we've learned in the installation of these hood graphics that really help out. Let's take a couple minutes to go over those. We've already installed one half of the graphics kit on this red jewel tint coat 2010 Chevrolet Camaro. And as you can see here, we've installed the matte black color that GM provides. But the area that people are having problems in is in this area right here. And we'll be spending a couple minutes showing you how to get it onto the main part of the hood and to drop down into this recessed area. Now, as you can see, we've already set our tape line so that the stripes are 3 inches apart from each other, basically 1.5 inches from center. Prior to installation, we trim off the excess off the center of the factory stripes, as you can see here. Now, just simply laying the factory stripe onto the hood area, you can see that it lays down rather nicely on the top portion of the hood. But again, this is the problem area that installers find issue with. As you can see here with these fingers, if not installed properly, they can pose an issue. Using 2 people to install a hood graphic makes the job go a whole lot easier. The person holding the graphic in the rear needs to concentrate on holding it in this area. The person in the front needs to apply more pressure to the outer edge of the graphic than the inner edge. Pulling the outer edge of the graphic, as you can see here, reduces the amount of fingers or takes out some of the fingers as you're installing it. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and install the graphic, but prior to that we're going to make sure it's clean. We're going to chamois the area and then follow it up with a nice wash of denatured alcohol with just a cheap paper towel. The installation fluid that we use is Rapid Tack. You can find the Rapid Tack on our website, as well as Rapid Prep, Rapid Tack 2, and Rapid Remover. These are great products for the installation of graphics using the wet method. Once the area is clean, we lay our graphic up against the line and put grease pencil marks at the front and rear as indicators as to where we put our graphic during installation. With our marks in place, go ahead and spray application fluid on the area of installation liberally. Don't be afraid to use too much, because the more application fluid you use, the better the graphic will slide into place. Once the hood is sprayed, go ahead and peel back the graphic, and as you peel back, spray the back of the graphic liberally as well. Using the indicator marks, place the graphic along the edge of the tape line and have the second person hold the graphic in the back as shown. Now, the person in the front, as noted earlier, is going to pull the graphic a little bit harder on the outer edge, and you can see those fingers starting to be removed from the outer edge. Using a squeegee, start in the center and stay on the flat portion of the hood. Don't worry about this area just yet. Again, using the squeegee, our main concern is to remove the application fluid from underneath the graphic and the paint. Once the front is relatively set, you'll be able to reset the rear, again pulling back on the outer edge while you squeegee. I'm not worried about this just yet. I'm concentrating on the flat part of the hood. Again, not worrying about this area just yet. We squeegee out the front. And apply more pressure as you go over the graphics. Now with the top area set, proceed to work the side of the indentation down into this valley. As you can see here, I'm starting at the center of this ridge and working each way. This eliminates or reduces the amount of fingers and brings the graphic to the front and to the rear. As I get into that valley, watch my squeegee as it starts to roll into that valley. In some cases, you may want to pick up the graphic just a little bit and reset it. Or you can pick it up, pull, and reset it. As you can see here, I'm pushing this graphic into this corner. This may leave a couple fingers in this area, but as the application fluid gets out from underneath, it'll start to stick down. Once you feel you have this area taken care of, just go over it one more time from the ridge of the hood all the way down the slope and through the valley. This will ensure that all the application fluid is brought out to the side. After about 15 minutes of setup time, you should be safe to remove the pre-mask from the graphic. Be careful because there may be edges that are still wet and may want to pull up. Just as a side note, you never want to use the heat gun on the matte finish materials that GM provides. We've heard reports from the field that as soon as somebody hit this area with a heat gun or hit that area with a heat gun, it started to gloss over. So refrain from using heat guns on matte finish products. Well, there we go, complete. While it isn't necessarily rocket science to install these hood graphics, it isn't easy either. We hope these tips have helped. Just remember to keep the outside edge of the hood piece taut. That will reduce the amount of fingers that you have to deal with in the end. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call, or you can visit our website at www.autotrimdesign.com. Have a great day.